Hello, boys and girls. Let's see if people are joining. Whoa! Hello, Dark Cookie. Thanks for the following. Cheers. No more coffee today. Already got 2, so that's enough. But I'm on the rest of this one. Hello Jojo, hello Sullivan, hello Keygen. I can't say that name. Okay, so let's see if Guanaco is here, because he was the one saying, oh, go live, go live. And now he's not even joining. Well. Anyway, okay, a lot of people on Twitch, I see. That's funny. Hello Guanaco. There you are. Okay, so let's get started. Or basically just continue, because actually I've been having like 4 hours of game dev time today, so that's pretty good. So made some good progress, and is now have kind of a UI foundation for creating some extending the settings UI. So I'm actually working on setting that up now. So that might be a little interesting to look at actually. And I'm actually running into a little problem now. So but you will see. Let's take a look. So let's see where we are right now before we continue. Hello, Doc. Oh, nice to hear. I'm fine. Weather has changed, like from sunny and 28 degrees 2 days ago, 4 days, 3 days ago, to very cold 16 degrees and raining all day. So pretty big difference. Okay, anyway, let's see here. So let's do like this. Yeah, cold weather. Well, I like the hot weather, to be honest. So. By the way, do we have... Oh, hello. Thank you for the following, Barn. Okay, that's here. Ah, okay, we're missing that one. Yes, like that. Perfect. Okay. So, let's go up full screen here. And let's see. Especially with a hat on. Okay, so this is where I am now. I have some display settings here that actually works. Well, they don't work in Unity because doing resolution and window mode and stuff like that is not working inside of Unity, but it kind of works. And all these settings kind of you need to hit apply to kind of make them take an effect. I think maybe the limiter is here. So if we disable sync and set it to like 52, we should see this one go down up here. Okay, you can see that. So you see 52 up here, and then I go over here, and then I change it to like 101, hit apply, go up here again, and now it's approximately 101. So, but the rest of the stuff I can't really test inside Unity. Then we have audio, just worked on that. So basically just a slider, nothing fancy, but it looks a lot like the same, but it's pretty different behind the scenes and how it works. So and it's still, so far it's still only here in the menu. It's not like a it doesn't work in game yet, and the menu, the new settings UI here is not in the actual game yet either. So yeah. Blogging, multiplayer is open to public in a beta version. So everybody that has the game can switch to that beta branch and then try it out in the current state. But what you're seeing right here is what I'm working on right now, and that's only it's the settings UI. So yeah. So yes. Anyway, so this also works. Controls. This is what I'm working on now, and the problem I have right now is that this slider basically for the mouse sensitivity goes from 0 to 10, which is fine. But as you can see here, these numbers are, you know, too precise. So really what we want to have is a more rounded number. So it's like 4.6, 4.7 maybe, or something like that. Just trim it. Yeah, I know how to fix it, but I want to fix it in a hopefully in a little smarter way. I can't. There's many ways to fix it. So yeah, I know. But I don't want to do too much custom stuff if I can avoid it. So that's why I'm trying to see if some of the controls I have could do something like this built-in. But it looks like I can't. They can't. So yeah, I need to figure out how I want to do this in a nice way, because this slider per default have a label where it sets the value, and so that's kind of the display of the value. But the slider also have a value on its own. And in the code, I'm referencing the actual slider, and I'm using that that setting, that value of that slider here. How should we do it? Again, I'm aware of many ways to do this. I just want to find the one that is simplest and simplest really. It Text Mesh Pro slider has that feature. No, I don't think so. This is a, what is this actually? It's a Dosi UI slider I'm using here, and I don't see it have anything. You know, I can set the minimum and maximum value, and I can say whole numbers. But whole numbers from 1 to 10 for sensitivity is too much, really. So what I have done in the old version is that I have a specific script here that does some nasty stuff here in update, which is not really cool. I want to do it only when it changes. I want an event. Set value. Okay, so it actually sets the value. Okay, we could basically do the same because I have... Okay. See, this script here is a custom script I made for the old solution. But in the new solution, I have a settings UI controller for each section in the UI. Exactly to separate things so that everything is not like in the same big file. So now that it's separated into this specific one, I could really do that. So I could actually say, on value changed, but the point is I need to convert it, but you'll see. So I think if I do something like, couldn't I do something like that? Void because you can see I'm already using this on value changed right here on the sensitivity slider, but that just gives me the float back. But okay, I could maybe, okay. I maybe could do that. I could actually do the same as here. So let me just do this. So the thing, the value that comes in here. So we take the sensitivity and then we round it to 0, 0, blah, 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 null string, blah, 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 blah. And then we can take this and set it without notification, meaning it sets it back. And then maybe we don't even have to do this. And then we can say like this, and then like this maybe? Let's try that. Yes, first make work, make clean, yes. Clean it up. Hello, Pyro Racing Man. So, is that Racing Man? Or is it another Racing Man? Change the nickname. So, yeah. But these settings, even though it's a little boring, I'm just gonna... it's very important actually for the future of the game, because right now I can't add more settings. So that's why I need this to work here. So I have a easier way of adding stuff. So let's see. There you see. Nice. So that's what I mean. Like, this is a cleaner approach, because I'm hooking up to that event and then I'm changing this. So now it's much better. I don't know why it's... Why is it showing that? Is it because I'm too fast? Or... That's weird. But this is what I mean by a clean solution. Or clean solution can mean anything. It can mean various things, but here I'm only hooking up to this unvalued changed. Then I take that sensitivity I get in, and then I format it to a 1-digit string. I could maybe round it. Maybe that's better actually. Doesn't we have a math if round something? Round to not int. Yeah, we don't want to round it to an int because we want to have that 1 digit. See you, Duck. Chogi. Yeah, Guanaco, you see the weird thing here? Why? Yeah, you saw it before with the slider there. You know, So this is basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm taking in the sensitivity with all the digits, then I'm converting it and setting that back as the value, but without notifying the UI, meaning this won't be triggered again, as far as I understand. Yeah, exactly. You set the value of the slider without invoking the unvalued changed callback. Can we maybe, is there a way to set value label? No, that's the actual label. We don't want to do that. I was just, because maybe if I'm not notifying the unchanged, the label isn't updated either, and then we have a problem. We could also try set value. Could try something like this, and then I don't know what that is. Callback true. Let's try it. This is the boost version. Thanks for the subscription. subscribe, Racing Man. Thought you was subscribed already, but maybe it's a new account. Okay, so now we are trying setting it with this method instead of this other one, because that might be this set value is a UI slider method, and that might be better. Oh, I'm also I actually want to see something here. Where's the mouse? So it goes from 1. Okay, it only goes to 2. Okay. As you can see, I'm very inspired by the layout of the Rust UI. Not that I'm copying it, but it's I like the layout. It's kind of clean. That is weird. Why is it doing that? Why is it suddenly giving? It is the same numbers. Oh, maybe it's a float rounding issue. Okay, I think that's fine for now. It's fine for now. It works. We're gonna leave it for that. Can't spend too much time on this. And we also saving that value in the new settings manager that I created, which is actually pretty sweet. If you want to see some cool stuff, Konako. So this settings manager is on a prefab that is instantiated in the beginning of the game. So it's you know, a singleton, and it's just living throughout the game. So there's one single instance of it. And then on this one, I have all these properties here, like mouse sensitivity, master volume, yada yada yada. And all of these properties just call these same. So I'm reusing these get and set properties with a default value and just setting the value. There's one for float, one for one for blah 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 integer, and one for boolean. But basically what they do is that they set the player prefs, get int, set int, and when they are setting it, they are calling an event. So I'm only calling the event these 3 places, but these methods are called for all the different settings. And instead of having to have a key for all of them, I'm just using this caller member name. So that's the property name. So that means that the setting in the player prefs will be called frame rate limit, for instance, or enable vsync, or master volume, with a little prefix that I made here. So it's called setting underscore and then that name. And that's just pretty neat, because it's very easy when I need to add a new one. I just do like this, and then I say, call it something, and then I have a new setting. So that's pretty easy. Not that this was the biggest problem before, but before in the old version, I had something like this global setting where I had a key and I had still the same, it was just static, but it was basically a property with setter and getter. But you can see I'm replicating a lot of, you know, stuff over and over and over again. So this is a little more easy to use. Anyway, the biggest trick, the biggest challenge that actually been the UI. But anyway, so let's see here. So that was the controls for now. Later on we can look into some bind upon controls maybe. And this one, we don't need that one anymore. So let's find that mouse sensitivity label thingy. We can delete that. Out. Need to clean up when we can, right? that. Boom. And then we build. Whoops. So this one is gone. Yep. And then we have this one. Perfect. Nice. And this is the old. Okay. Yep. That's. MANIA, the best game devs following. Thank you for following. Okay, so maybe before we move on, nah, that's not really any need to do that. No, because we can't test this anyway. I was thinking about building the game and then running it, but the way I'm building it here, I can't actually start a game because I'm skipping some Steam checking things, so I can't really start a game. And this sensitivity thing is not really implemented to use, it's only the UI so far, so I can't really test it anyway. So let's just continue with the next tabs here on the settings page. Because this was the control for now. As you can maybe see here, what I've done is just copied in the old ones. So that let's just like copy it in here, and now I'm replacing it with the new layout and controls. So you can see how that works. So I'll do that in a moment. Let's see. Let me just check this in before we move on. Edit controls. And then give me 2 minutes for a bio break. Be right back. Okay, back again. Boom. Okay, so let me show you how I'm actually creating this, if it makes sense. Okay, it's a little hard to see for the chat here, but I'll zoom in from time to time so you can see. Okay, but so now we are getting to the graphics part of the settings, and we have some blur, camera shake, and quality settings. So let's see here. Let's go in and find a where is it? If I could only find my own presets here, components. We need a header. So let's put that in here, and then we call the header, and then we do a, because I don't have the translations yet or anything, so graphics. I don't think I have. We don't have settings for that, do we? No. Nope. Okay, we'll wait with that. We don't have any translations for that. That's not so important right now. So we need to have a header here saying graphics, and then we need to have a toggle. So we need to go in here and I think it's the components. Yes, we need a checkbox. Boom. Let's do it like that. Checkbox, and we call that motion blur. And then we have here motion blur. And then maybe we have some kind of localization thing. Motion, yeah, motion blur. We have that from the old one. So we can reuse that, translate text, and then we go in here. So we have that. And yeah, we also need this code thing. So let's see, UI settings, yep. So let's create a new script called settings, graphics. I'm not exactly sure what these things should be called because I have display and graphics game. I'm not entirely sure if the naming is right. But let's see, it's fine for now. And then this one. So what do you mean matrix HTML UI? So like style sheets and stuff like that. I can't just add that. What do you mean with that? Okay, so we need a serialized field. We need a private UI toggle, and it's called motion blur toggle. Whoops. Boom. And then we have some preconditions. Check for null, so we know it's there in case we forget. And then we have a setup motion blur toggle method where we set it up. Yep. And then we need to say, okay, motion blur toggle is on settings, and then now we get to the point where we need to have that new setting. So you can see how easy that is. We can just select this, motion blur. We can say we call it enable motion blur. Boom. So I really don't need to do anything like that other than this because it's a boolean. I can say the default is true, I guess. And then we can do something like this, and we can say settings manager instance enable motion blur. Boom, like that. Motion blur on value change callback blah 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 blah. Add listener is on settings manager instance motion blur is on. Boom. So now it's hooked up with this toggle thing. When we start it up, when it starts up this tab here, it will check if it's there. It will set up the motion blur toggle, which means that it will set it up to whatever is in the settings. And then whenever this one is changed, it will change that setting and store that. So let's take a look. Hello, Amnesty. Oh, hello, Rob Lang. Actually, Unity have something, this new UI thing. I think you're using it, Rob Lang. It's kind of HTML style sheet like, but I'm not using that, so I can't just enable that. Okay, so motion blur, we have that checkbox here for motion blur, blah, 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 blah. So, and it's hooked up in code 2. Check that it's there, we set it up, set the value from this, blah, 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 blah. And then when it's changed, we are setting back the setting here. So, perfect. Let's just try and run it just so we can see if stuff is breaking or anything. Yeah, I actually consider it, Rob. When I started on multiplayer, I think or when I started on the new UI here, I was looking into if I should maybe go with the new one. And there's another. No, that was another. I looked at a package called Nova or something like that, and used it a little, but I don't know. I was used to using Dusi UI. That's the UI framework I'm using, and they are kind of building upon the default Unity stuff. So they have their own controls and views and stuff like that, but it's all built upon the existing normal standard Unity UI thing. So I ended up sticking with that actually. Because I was reading that some people were complaining about it not being super nice, this new UI thing that's more HTML-like, because it was really used for extending the editor and then later on added to be used in the games. Yeah, exactly. The new UI would be a total rewrite of everything, and I'm rewriting it now, but I'm using Dusi because it actually works pretty well. And it works with default Unity stuff, so it's kind of okay. But let's take a look here. So now we have this here, motion blur, blah, blah, blah. Shouldn't have any errors, nope. Perfect. Okay, so that was easy. Let's add the next one. Again, I need to do stuff to actually make this work in-game, because all the game is looking at the old class, which was called global settings something, and now I'm moving all these settings to a new settings manager. But I think that rewrite would be pretty easy to actually make it work. Again, right now the focus is on getting the UI up and running. Nothing more exciting than making settings UI, Rob. You can look forward to that. Yeah, you get a lot of stuff free from Dusi, like nice transitions, nice, very easy animations, and for instance all the sounds. Well, the sounds is something I have myself, but enabling sound on buttons and stuff like that is really, really easy, and making unique animations and transitions between pages and stuff like that. And also the whole UI flow is made in a graph actually, so it's pretty okay. Oh, you have a settings UI. Have you also thought about why they haven't made it easier to work with resolutions and VSync and stuff like that? Because it's really weird. But I got it working. But of course you have to build the game to actually test it for real. You can't test it in Unity because everything is window mode in there, apparently. So let's take the new one. So that was the motion blur, and then we have the camera shake, which is basically the same. It's also a check box. Camera shake. So let's see, I think we have a camera shake. We have a text for that too in the translation thing. So that's perfect. And then we make so we can see it ourselves. Camera shake. Like that. And then we need to add it up here. We need to have a camera shake thing, so we need to have a reference here. Camera shake, toggle, boom, boom. We do a check if it's there, and then we do a setup camera. Shake. It's a little. I need to do a little stuff, and you know, Rob, we don't like doing stuff like this over and over again, but this was actually the easiest way I could do it, because I also want to have control of stuff, so I don't want it to be too dynamic setting up settings, because I was actually looking into a settings package that could build UI and do all the settings, blah 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 blah. But the problem was that I didn't have any feeling of what was going on and, you know, how to apply it, and yeah. So I ended up with this solution for now. So let's see, we need a new one of these. Whoops. Enable camera shake. Whoops. And also here, Rob, maybe that's interesting for you, because I think it's pretty cool actually. So I have a I've just made before I had kind of just a global settings, which was just a static class with all these keys here, and then classic player prefs, blah blah blah, wrapped in a property. That was fine, worked okay, but I thought it was a little too confusing and a little hard to add a new one. So now I changed it to be a settings manager. So it's not a static one, it's just it's on a prefab that is being instantiated when the game starts, so it lives through the entire game, only one singleton instance. And then in here I have a few methods related to getting some stuff, but else I have all the UI stuff in different UI controllers, for graphics. So these are handling only the UI part, and then the settings manager is handling the actually saving it and stuff like that. But the cool part is actually this thing here, where I have each setting is just a property where I'm using, I created these methods myself for Boolean, for float and stuff like that. And then when I'm getting a Boolean, I'm doing some conversion to an integer, blah, blah, blah. And when I'm setting a Boolean, I'm doing the same thing, just the other way around, and then invoking an event here. So I'm using the same getters and setter property things within these properties, and I don't have to make keys because I'm using this column member name thing. So it just takes the property plus a prefab called settings underscore, and then it saves it like that in the player prefs. Boom, simple, easy, very easy to add a new one, which I'm doing right here in the camera shake. See, I just added this, just a Boolean, default is true, yep, perfect. And then I can go into the, camera, yep. So now I can go in and say camera shake toggle is on in the setup thing. And then I can say settings manager instance, enable camera shake. So we just set it up like that. And then when it changes on value change callback, I added this one, and then I say is on like this. And then I can set that back right away. Instance camera shake is on, boom. And just like that, it's set up. All I need to do now is to go in here and drag over this checkbox so it's actually hooked up. So that actually is pretty easy. So like that, camera shake, boom. Like that, and let's just go in, and then let's look in the, nope, not this one. Regex here. So here we can see that we have all these setting underscore blah 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 blah. There's currently no camera thing, but I guess there is if we, yeah, okay, maybe it should, okay, it have a default value of course to start with, but if we just do like this, we should over here get a camera shake. It's right there. Boom, set to 0. So, why can't it zoom in here? So, settings underscore enable camera shake, and then some internal value. But yeah, it works. So that's pretty cool. And now you don't have to click apply and all that for all the settings. It's only the display ones I have an apply button, because the other ones I can actually just set right away. So that's pretty neat too. So what are you guys writing? Unity has no JavaScript compiler. Actually, in the old days, you could script. I don't think you can do that anymore in JavaScript in Unity. But I hate JavaScript, so I never did it. Yes, that's annoying. Also, the localization thing didn't work with the new UI. Yeah, that's another thing. I think I also ran into that when I was testing, and there was, and I'm using that localization package because it's really cool, super simple, works really well, super, yeah, advanced also. Yeah, so I'll be sure and raise the bug Unity. You told me I should write code myself. Okay, cool. Well, not cool really, but I don't know. Do the localization package support the new UI now, Rob? Okay, so motion blur, camera shake, perfect. So that's good. And then we come to the quality thing, and that's a little more tricky. Let's also take a look at the old motion blur thing here. Let's see. Whoops. I don't want to see that. I don't want to. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but that's no problem. Also, another question, if you are still here, Rob, I'm actually considering on my settings manager here to just have either I have a built-in messaging system, so I could also send a message saying that the settings manager have changed value. Because I can see in the old one, I've kind of made specific events for each of them that I needed to be notified about. So I was thinking in the new one here, why not just have either if it's a message or an event, doesn't really matter. The point is the same. My point is that I just want to have an on settings changed event. And then everybody that want to subscribe to that, like some component that updates the camera, a component updating the mouse or whatever, they can just hook up to this event. And then when any property in the settings manager is changed, it fires this event and passes in the settings manager. And then that receiver can just look for that specific one that they are interested in. Because sending this out, the amount will be fairly limited. You know, how many settings can you have? Like 20, 50. It's a small amount, and they don't change often, and you are in the UI while you change it anyway. So I don't see any performance issues with this approach really. So I'm thinking of doing it like that. Just want to have this single event that is fired, and then the receiver just looks at the settings manager for whatever specific one they're interested in, like the master volume or the inverted mouse or whatever. And then they can also access the game manager instance and get these values by directly when they're starting up. And then cache that value, listen for the event, and then when the event triggers, they update that cached value, and then they reuse that. Anyway, Fortnite, please have a little chill today update. Chill today update, I'm not sure what you mean. So now comes the hard part, because we need a quality drop down. That's actually easy enough. It's more like it's a little more complicated. Let's see here. So we need quality settings. So quality settings. quality, yeah, quality maybe. So let's see the label here, and let's say quality text setting Brits like that. And then we need to go in here. So we need to have a field here with private. Isn't it ASP drop down? Isn't that what I'm using? Yep. Quality drop down. And then I have to copy paste some code from the old system, because parts of it is actually okay. It just needs to be structured a little differently. Setup quality drop down. So now we need to populate it. So we need to populate it, and we need to hook up events, so we can say on changed. Oops. Index. I think it's like this. And then we can say quality, and that will be an integer to have one here. So like this, and then we say quality index or quality level or whatever, and the default should be is that 3 or something like that? We'll see. We will see. Quality index, quality. Yeah, okay. And then we also have to do some other stuff. Like here, we need to set up quality dropdown. Let's see, we have it here. Okay, so let's see how we do this. So we clear all the options, then we do this, and we have the quality settings names, blah, 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 quality name. Set the options. And then we do like, that's basically what we're doing here. So we can do like this. So like that. So we set up the quality thing. And then we also need to we need to refresh, but I think we can do that differently. We can just do like this. Okay. So maybe we can do like this. Quality level. Okay, let's call it that. So instead of quality index, we call it quality level. Boom. Okay. I guess quality settings presets. Well, the quality settings are coming from inside. You can see I'm getting it from this quality settings names here. So that's the built-in quality setting thing in the native, in the legacy rendering pipeline. I guess it works different in UIP. Rob Lang will know that better than me, but so I guess this should work for now. Let's see here. Maybe that works. And then of course I have there's some other things, because these settings needs to be applied to the Envirus guide too. So there's a little extra work here. So let's do this drop down here. But at least let's start out and see if we can see see the damn it, we also need the name. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's see what happens. So settings here, graphics, medium, and then we have the settings. Okay, perfect. And it should change right when I'm doing this change. It should save it right away. We don't get any issues. Perfect. So if we set it to low now, I'm not sure actually it will remember that, because I think Unity forces I think Unity actually takes the editor default every time the game starts. Let's see. URP is almost too complicated when it comes to settings. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, it goes to medium always, but I think that's a Unity thing. Or it could also be, let's see here, wait a second. Because in here, in my settings manager, when that starts, which is the beginning, apply graphics settings, and basically that's also the apply quality settings. Because I think we need to, whoops, maybe I need to do like this, quality settings, level, current level, set quality level index, yes sir. And we can do the quality level thing, which is the property we have in here that we saved. So this is being executed in this apply graphics settings, which is going on in the start method of this settings manager, which happens when the game starts, basically. There's sounds should be low to start with. I'm also not looking forward to doing all these post-processing effects, or not effects, but settings. But right now I'm just leaving it to the better graphics mod. But some of them I guess we'll get in here someday. Let's see. Medium, very low. But again, I think it's different in the editor than in a build. But I can try in a build in a moment. Let's see. Just so we are sure that it's actually working as expected. So let's see here. Whoops. Let's see here, graphics. Okay, it actually remembers now. So it is working now. Now it's, I don't know if you saw it, but it was starting out on very low now. Before it was starting on medium. So that's pretty cool. And camera shake is on. And what? So camera shake is on, and it's set to very. Let's change it to high. So let's stop, and let's start again, and let's see if camera shake is turned on and if quality settings is set to high. Yeah, I could also do it. Okay, so camera setting checked and high. Perfect. Well, yeah, I could do that. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, I have also considered that. I have some control, so I can have one of these with, you know, buttons in the ends switching. But it doesn't really matter. You just have to pick one. What should be the benefit of having that instead of a drop down? Other than it looking different. So let's see. Okay, and now I need to check something because there is some specific thing with this quality thing. This one. Okay, so apply. We will take this over too, because that needs to happen. Oh, Mr. Frost, thank you for the following. apply our quality settings. So we do that. That is actually also here. I don't know if instead of having graphics settings, maybe we should just do like this instead. Whoops. Don't need that extra step really. Anyway, so that is set, and then we try and set this one at the startup. So we say if there is an enviros guy, we try and set, take the level from this one, and then we set that, blah blah blah, and set default, blah, blah, blah. And this also needs to happen. Yes, on scene load completed. And see, this happens in the current UI manager, which is both UI and logic, and it's super weird. So I think I will do this here in the start here, and then we have a private void destroy, where we then clean it up. This is just some future stuff, so it works when you get into a game. Or not future stuff, but right now I'm only in the main menu, so it's not like this will not be tested right now. Or maybe I should have waited with doing that. But anyway, so that listens to that whenever it's applying this one or trying to apply it. So that's good. Okay, let's build and see. Again, what you see here to the right is the UI settings manager and the global settings, and these two are basically the ones I'm trying to replace with a new setup. And okay, yeah, okay, that was why. Yes, okay, I forgot. We actually do need that. Let's see. So we need the public void graphic settings, because that is actually these here. Okay. So graphic settings is the sync and FPS limit and the resolution. That's when you're hitting the, and this, the thing is that this method is called from the display UI controller. So that is when you are hitting that apply button in that graphics or screen or display or whatever. Display, I think. Maybe I should call it display. Apply display changes. That might actually be a better name, because it's called display. Let's do like this instead. Apply display settings. Display settings, blah 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 blah. And we also change this one to display. Apply display changes. And then I need to go in here, and I need to go up here and do something. So the button is actually pointing to the right one. Apply button, button. Come on. Boom. See here. Boom. And then this one, and apply this one. Yes. That is so annoying when you can't do like in code where you can just, refactor stuff. This is one of the parts I hate with Unity. If you rename a method and you had something in Unity that was pointing to it, it's just gone. And you get no warnings or anything. It just suddenly doesn't work. It's very, very annoying. I don't know if you're here, Rob Blank, but if you found a solution to that problem, please let me know. Because it's freaking annoying. Okay. drop down quality settings, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's try it here, and then I will do a little build so we can actually try it, because I changed something with the display settings now too, and I can only really test that in a build and not in the Unity here. So no errors here. We go to the graphics, we change it to high, it changes. Maybe we can, we should, no, we can see that in here. But I can't check it in a game yet, because again, as I said, this settings thing is not hooked up in the game yet. And yeah, it's only a menu UI thing, kind of main menu thing for now. Okay, so like that. Let me try and do a little build here, and then we can see in a moment if it works in real life too. I'm watching 2 streams at the same time. Multitasking. Hardstyle, I like the blue fuse. Cool. Say that to Kel'Thuzar and Amnesty, I think. That suggested that we did a 1/4 or whatever of the green one. And that was an easy fix compared to making a system where I could actually set the times and all that. Because that's not so easy. But this one was pretty easy to add. Biontech, love your stream. Thank you. It's not so energetic, and because I'm thinking a lot today, and and also I'm a little tired because I have actually done. I have been working on this for like 5 hours now or something like that. So I'm also kind of tired. Method binding, Unity has no way of finding missing bindings. I hate that. It's so annoying because, you know, in code you can just do whatever shortcut you have for refactoring and renaming stuff. Bum bum bum, it fixes it, you build, you see it works. But you don't know if you just broke something that you dragged into. And that's a thing I really hate about Unity. That is this dragging of things into methods and all that, that's fine. Except it's based on you knowing a lot of stuff. You have to remember and know how things work. If you're new to a project, and even for me that is the only one working on this project, but over a long period of time, it's very hard to remember where you did things and where things are used and stuff like that. And it's so annoying that you have to do that. And you can't just rely on the system to say, hey, oh, I used to point at something over here, but now it's gone. And I don't know why they can't say that, because they can show missing method. So they know it's not there. Why not tell me, you know? Yeah, it's so annoying. Anyway, so now we are in a actual build of the game here, and we have borderless things, full screen window. So I can go to window mode and we can go down to a smaller resolution. Yes. And I can go borderless. Can I go borderless like that? Yes, I actually can. So now it's full screen borderless. I don't know if you can see it, but the quality is very bad. Let's go further down. So you can see it's weird now. And then we can go full normal screen with the correct resolution. Boom. And now it takes a while to show up on stream because it's actually exclusive full screen. Perfect. No errors. All good. Let's go borderless. I like that because then it's easier to switch between things. We have audio here. Change stats. And we have inverted mouse. And we have sensitivity. We have graphics, motion blur. Why is why are they not on per default? Didn't I set that to, so like, so here camera shake. So the default, and this I'm passing in here, that's the default value. So I'm passing true. So they should be true per default. So why is that not happening? So when this is starting up, it should actually set that based on camera shake and motion blur. Motion blur, camera shake. That's weird. Quality settings, boom, boom. No errors. Okay, so let's set it to very low and these two on, and then we quit. Oh, by the way, Amnesty, are you still here? You said it did something weird if you would just control F4 out of the game. No, we're not talking about the key bindings, Konako. But that's also a thing that will need to come under this control thing, because that is important too. So you see graphics, it remembered very low, camera shake on, motion blur on, perfect. All good, all good, all good. We can also try the sound. No sound. Sound. So that works too. Perfect. Nice, 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 nice. And also this over here is made, hopefully, it was made at least, and hopefully still is. So this will actually work as a scroll panel. So when we get to something like controls, or when the amount of settings is being expanded or extended, so we have more, it should just be a scroll panel over here. So we can scroll down through all the settings. So hopefully that works too. Okay, so that all works, no errors. Well, there are errors, but that's something else, which is also a weird one. I don't know why I get all this some mod UI stuff. Okay, perfect. Oh, no, I forgot. Amnesty's not here. No, he's not here. It was just Amnesty saying something like, if you control F4 out of the game, it would default to some low resolution or something like that. So let me try and do that. So now I'm control F4, and let's try again. I also need to test something. So that looks fine. Okay. One more thing I need to test, which is the registry thing here. Let me try and find the game here. It's like here, bam, bam, bam. And let me delete all the settings. So this is basically all the sensitivity, all my settings here. Bam, 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 bam. Quality, no, that's, yeah. So now I'm deleting all the settings. So now when I start the game, it should be more or less like, not as fully the first time, but it should be close to. Okay, what's happening now? Okay. So let's see. So it starts out with this resolution is fine, full screen, VSync, that's fine. And is that also fits this one. Audio to 100%, controls, inverted mouse, blah, blah, blah. This is still weird. Motion blur, why is that turned off by default? Motion blur and camera shake. And camera shake is on. That is weird. I don't really get that. Let's go to borderless. Perfect. Okay, but it kind of works except for this. This one. Ah, is it something like it defaults to something? Let's see here. Let's go to this one. Deselective press. Nah. I don't understand why this is not on per default. So we have this checkbox, motion blur, camera shake. So it is the correct checkboxes, but maybe they are is on. Reset the settings again here. Wow, why is it? And now we need to go not to the games settings, but the editors settings, which is down here. So let's try and do this. Delete all that. Just a second. Okay, back again. So now I've reset the settings in Unity, and now I'm gonna start it up again. And let's see what happens. Yeah, you can break the physics if you are really good at it. So I actually think you can. Get to the player prefs. Maybe not. Maybe not actually from a mod. Konako. But player prefs is only like inside here, so you can delete stuff in here. You can't get out of people's machine and delete a lot of other stuff, of course. Let me see here. So let's see. So this already sets it to 0 to off. That's a bit weird. Wait. It is still off, but They're still off, so it should still be. Oh yeah, it's off. Ah, that's why. For fuck's sake. That's why. There was an issue in this logic here for getting the boolean. I was not using the default value that I'm passing in. I was just hard coding it to 0. But now, because I was setting it to true here, but it was just always set to false. So now I think it works. I have cleared the settings again. So now I can try again. And now the motion blur and the camera shake should be default to on. Yeah, but I think maybe Guanaco, maybe you might have something to prevent you from using player perfs, actually, on purpose. Exactly, so you're not able to do stuff. Maybe it's part of this security settings thing. I can't remember. But now see, it's default to on. So that's perfect. So now that works. Really cool, really cool. Really cool. Okay, perfect. I think that's it for now. For today. Good progress. Let me check this in. Edit. Graphics. No, your graphics. So now I almost have. I have one tab left, but that tab is currently, it's an advanced tab, and it's currently only text really, which maybe shouldn't even be there for now. Because it will be in the controls anyway, you know, the F3 and 4 stuff like that. Anyway, so the next step is to start and remove the old global settings and old settings UI manager, so that, you know, I get all these compile errors, and then I can replace all that with the new settings manager instance stuff. And then when that is done, then things should start work in the game too. Like, if you change the sensitivity of the mouse, it should actually change in game, yada yada yada. But that's the next step, and after that, the next step is to get this UI to show up in the game when you hit escape. The same UI. I don't want to do it again, so I need to use the same prefab to show up in there. Yeah, that will be exciting. Key bindings. Yeah, key bindings. At some point I will do key bindings. Yes. But it's not as easy as, well, maybe it's become easy. I looked at it at some point and it was not easy. But the thing is, with my keys, I also need to redesign my input system, because I think I have one action map, two action maps, UI and play or something like that. And really I should divide it more. So I think at least I should kind of have something that is an action map for moving, an action map for actions, and an action map for, yeah. So it's a little, because that becomes relevant when you're doing bindings too. But that's a different project. That's not now. Not a different project, but it's not now at least. So yeah. So that's very cool. Very cool. Very nice. So that's it for now. Modded key binding could be cool. Yeah. I don't know exactly how we should do that, but I don't know if we can share some action map, or I don't know. But maybe it could be solved by having some place in the settings for mod specific settings. So like there could be a tab like you saw before. We can see here. So maybe there could be a tab in here called mods, and then it could just be listed here. So it would be, you could, as a modder, you could have like a headline, and then you have your settings here that you could do something with. Something like that maybe could be possible. But the problem is that would only be available inside the game, because in the main menu the mods are not loaded the first time at least. So there's something there that But that's fair enough, you know, just like the better graphics mod, that's also only in the game you can change that, but that's fine. So something like that could be possible, yeah. But again, that's not the next step because that's kind of an advanced thing. Now I need this UI to work native in the game, and then I can add, like I already added some new settings because now I actually support borderless mode, which is something I wanted myself for a long time because I wanted full screen when I'm doing recordings and live streams like that, but I also want to be easy to tap out, and that's not possible with the normal full screen. So yeah, so the entire thing behind the scenes of how the resolution and all that is working is different now. So hopefully better, but we will see when you guys can test it in not too far future. So yeah, that's it for now. See you guys, and have a nice Sunday. Bye bye.